There's a lot to experience here in West Bend.
Hello and welcome to Discover Wisconsin.
Along the westward bend of the Milwaukee River is a city of 32,000 residents. West Bend resides just a half-hour north of Milwaukee in the southeastern part of the state. And the Milwaukee River that gives this city its namesake runs right through the downtown, where there's always something happening. And today is Saturday, so you know what that means.
Farmers markets are so important as a place for the community to get their fresh local produce, as well as a spot for all of us to really come together every summer. These markets are definitely a great reflection of the communities they're in. As for the folks of West Bend, they are definitely showing up.
We perused a lot of beautiful produce and local products before running into Milwaukee Brewers alumni Gorman Thomas, who was signing bottles of his signature Stormin' sauce. He teamed up with Tommy Schwei from Schwei's Meat and Sausage, who was making their huge, tasty breakfast sandwiches.
Thank you all very much. Sure, thank you. Appreciate it.
Wow.
Take care.
Amazing, delicious, delectable. Thinking of all my adjectives here.
We continued our walk through the downtown, and just steps from the farmers market are some local staples that you can find here any day of the week.
Okay, so this is angel food?
This is angel food, yes. And we make it here in the store. We make it all year round. And it's also called fairy food.
What am I going to expect when I bite into this?
It's just goodness.
Just goodness?
It's very light, it's very airy, and you'll enjoy it.
Angel food.
That's angel
Because
food.
I'm very angelic. I'm sure you get that all the time, right?
Well, yes. Angels for you.
Oh my gosh, that's really good.
Yeah.
I very rarely meet a candy I haven't yet tried or had before. This is a first time experience. I'm into that.
It's good stuff, yeah.
Candyman on Main has been a classic stop here in downtown West Bend for over 30 years, and they cater to all kinds of sweet tastes.
Popcorn is my favorite food group, believe it or not. I'm very particular about the amount of caramel that needs to be on popcorn, and they got it right here.
Their caramel corn recipe has been a long-time family tradition. Mark and Nancy decided to share it with West Bend when they opened Laughing Mountain Popcorn in 2015. To say they've since expanded on their original caramel recipe would be an understatement. Of course, I had to grab a bag or two of the Packer Pop on our way out. What began as a small, friendly tradition of gathering together for just a few hours every year has developed into a 4-day German festival in West Bend.
This event provides enough funds for us to build one complete home here in Washington County. And so this is why this event is so significant for our development efforts.
German Fest has been going for 34 years. And I've been involved with it for the 32 of those 34 years. We're celebrating the German heritage. West Bend's heritage is really all German, and we're working to build a house for Habitat for Humanity.
A good time for a good cause, all while celebrating a German tradition here in the downtown. Check out more events around the state like this one by streaming the Festival and Events playlist on the Discover Wisconsin app. Coming up, I grab a bowl at one of the first dedicated ramen restaurants in the state when we come back. Welcome back to West Bend, right here on Discover Wisconsin.
I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I immediately knew that it was a craft. There was a serious amount of work that went into real traditional ramen. I had been wanting to open up my own restaurant for a long time, so I began to develop bowls. It took me over 2 years before I ever served a bowl in public. I have a notebook of 300 some odd bowls that I made to dial into where we ultimately got to Tochi Ramen. It's a different way of cooking because everything is front-loaded as opposed to cooking a la minute. And that was attractive to me as well because you were able to spend a quality amount of time with your ingredients, develop relationships with local farmers, and really develop a quality bowl that was respectful to the Japanese tradition. Something that was very important to me was the aesthetic. In one sense, we do bring that punk rock vibe, but it's also an approach of how we treat the bowl, where we're not confined to just traditional ramen.
And trust me, you'll know if you've had real ramen before or not once you've had a bowl at Tochi. The different smells and the flavors, it all just came together in a really tasty way. Greg and his team know what they're doing. Across the river, there's another chef who's passionate about keeping things fresh.
I believe, first and foremost, the Norbert is a collective. It's a bunch of heads and hearts that come together, and we just figure it out every single day. We're constantly trying to reinvent this place, either aesthetically or through the great drinks that we create here. And as far as the food goes, the menu must change every day. I think it's a new way of dining for West Bend. We're bringing some of the big city atmosphere into downtown. After we opened, we had no artwork on the walls. We started reaching out to local artists. Artists come in all the time. They throw their stuff up on the walls, and it sells like crazy, believe it or not. So that's really great. We can support the artists. And the great thing about being right here in downtown West Bend is the farmers market. All we have to do is like literally open our door, walk a couple hundred feet, and there is a multitude of beautiful ingredients from incredible local farmers.
And like the farmers market, there are quite a few reoccurring events in the downtown throughout the summer. On Thursdays, it's Music on Main.
So this event, we've been playing here for a long time. It's a beautiful event. It goes on for 14 weeks straight throughout the summer. Lots of different varieties of food and vendors and beer. So it's a really, really fun place to hang out here in downtown West Bend.
We have so many talented local musicians here in our state. Head to discoverwisconsin.com to find more events like Music on Main. Have you visited the Museum of Wisconsin Art? Because that's where we're headed next. We'll be right back. This is the Museum of Wisconsin Art.
Welcome to a cosmopolitan museum in the heart of a small town in Wisconsin. We opened this museum on this site in 2013, and since then we've just been growing gangbusters. We're really excited about our relationship with artists, the community, and really the state. We are the museum for the state of Wisconsin, and we love the idea of being a platform for the arts, offering encouragement and excitement around all Wisconsin art. You can come here anytime during the year and see a different exhibition. We also have a large permanent collection, which you're going to see a little bit of.
And I was taken back by just how much Wisconsin art there was to see. Like this large-scale work by Carl von Marr, who was born in Milwaukee. He finished this painting named The Flagellants in 1889 when he was just 31 years old. Right in front of that piece resides Beth Lippman's ornate glass installation, In Earth, reflecting on the brevity and fragility of life. And just on the other side of the wall is John Wilde's An American Interior, a piece of his most vital early work in which he begins marking his own distinct style. But there's a certain Wisconsin artist who's having his life's work featured as this year's fall exhibit.
Tom Utek, it's one of those names that almost everyone knows. People have heard of Tom Utek if they haven't seen his work. He is just an incredible landscape painter. In the last decade, he's had works go to the Smithsonian, the New Orleans Museum of Art, the Tucson Museum of Art. He has reached that pinnacle of just absolute perfection in his painting. He's a true master, and what we mean by a true master. And Tom is a great person, is a wonderful human being. For a period of 9 years, about a decade ago, Tom was actually on our board of directors, so he was intimately involved with the institution, and as an artist played a pivotal role as this new museum unrolled. The thing that's really important about this particular exhibition is that it is the first major retrospective looking at the breadth of his entire career as he evolved over 6 decades. And it also is an exhibition that's being organized in conjunction with a major gift to the museum. Tom is personally giving us almost 200 photographs, some early paintings, prints, and drawings. So this is not just an exhibition, but it's really a celebration. It's a celebration of this great gift to the museum. And that's important because it's not just about this exhibition. This is important. But the gift of the artwork builds the legacy for future generations. We're excited by the diversity of our program in terms of the art that we have, but we're also this kind of community center. Believe it or not, we're kind of a community center for the state in that we have an incredible number of events here every year.
And every July, the sidewalk around the museum bursts into color thanks to the creatives at Art and Chalk Fest. These chalk artists traveled across the nation to create their ephemeral pieces here on the ground outside the museum. There's even more artists selling their work at the festival, and the museum itself offers free admission all weekend.
We decided in 2013 when we opened this building that we wanted to be affordable. And we also wanted to take engagement seriously. We really want you to be here, we want you to enjoy the arts, and we want you to become part of the art scene in Wisconsin. The creative industry in the state is amazing, and the arts industry, in particular the visual arts industry, is just top-notch. Our membership is really out of the box. There isn't another museum in the country that's doing what we're doing, and we're very proud of that. And after 6 years here in our new venue, I can say it seems to be working.
Want to hear about our production team's adventures when we're out filming? Stream the new Discover Wisconsin podcast, The Cabin. It's about to get very muddy when we return. We're back in West Bend on the Eisenbahn State Trail. Just outside the doors of the Art Museum is an awesome trail. Digging back into the city's heritage, Eisenbahn being the German word for railroad, this 25-mile trail is built right alongside the former railroad. This railroad path extends from West Bend into the scenic countryside of eastern Wisconsin, past the glacial landscape of the Kettle Moraine State Forest. It is a great way to get your miles in and enjoy a beautiful day like today, but it also provides a great route from downtown all the way to Regner Park. As you enter Regner Park, it's hard to miss the Labyrinth Garden. This earth sculpture is 90 feet in diameter and contains 7 circuits lined with beautiful flowering plants. It is said that walking the labyrinth will help you attain inner peace and an open heart. As one of the most active parks in all of southeast Wisconsin, there's a lot that happens here all year round.
We are the Freaks in West Bend, Wisconsin.
Yep.
Homegrown Music Festival.
Regner Park. Glad to be here.
I think having fun is what we're all about, and trying to put our feelings and our lives down to pad and paper and put some music behind it.
You may have seen the Freaks before, like back at the Art and Chalk Fest, as this group is not new to the West Bend area.
They've really done an outstanding job at growing it, home growing the event. They really have, everybody pitches in, volunteers, the community.
Bringing the community together. It's such an important thing in this crazy world we live in.
Everybody's doing their own thing, and then when you can bring people together like this, especially over music, puts a smile on my face for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And you'll find that, like most events here, the Homegrown Music Festival has no entrance fee. And proceeds of this year's event benefit the History Center of Washington County.
They also host Regner Fest here at Regner Park. But before the festivities begin, an obstacle stands in the way of some kids, or several obstacles. These racers are put to the test with a challenging, messy course called the Dirty Ninja Mud Run. Which was your favorite obstacle?
The mud pit.
Okay, I love to hear you say you love mud because I noticed a lot of the racers were trying to avoid getting their faces muddy. You didn't seem to have that problem.
Yeah, I remember last year I actually splashed them in the face because they were just going like,
you did. So what was the whole course kind of like as a racer?
There was a lot of over and under obstacles.
Okay.
And then there's, again, a lot of muddy obstacles, like the second mud pit. It was really muddy this year.
Tell me how you finished into the mud pit. That was the best part.
I did a flip. I kind of did a side flip into the mud.
You're the kind of girl that goes all out. I can tell that, Michaela. I like Michaela for that very reason. They've been doing this race for 6 years.
Yeah.
How many years have you been here at the Ninja race?
I've been doing it for 4 of the 6 years.
Well, that's good. So you're a fan.
Yeah.
You gonna come back next year?
Yeah.
This was your first time? Okay, what did you think?
It was super fun. Kind of scary at first.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I don't know when this is going to end. But then I have friends, so we were just running together.
Ironically, that's what I ask myself when I'm out on runs. When is this gonna end? But it always ends eventually.
Yeah, and it was super, the ending was super fun.
What'd you think about that giant mud pit?
Very muddy.
It looks like it's very muddy. It's a very good way to describe it. How many friends were with you?
2, my brother and then my friend Ariana.
So you guys stayed in pace the whole time together? Now who won out of all of you guys? Nice work, Braxton.
West Bend is full of these incredible events that really bring everyone together. Whether it's a muddy obstacle course or the weekly farmers market, the community here is thriving. What I really appreciated from my time in this city is learning about just how much they support the arts here. From hosting local music festivals to being a cultural hub for all Wisconsin artists, there's a lot of creativity energizing this town. So come grab a bowl or a drink, maybe some chalk, and take your time walking through this city because no matter when you come, you'll always feel welcome here in West Bend.
Stream Discover Wisconsin anywhere, anytime. Continue the adventure on Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Roku, Smart TV, Chromecast, and discoverwisconsin.com.